This is a ciabatta bread dough consisting of 3 cups of flour, 1½ cups of water, 1½ teaspoons of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, and it has just been mixed and risen for 12 hours. This is a 12-hour rise, and it's about tripled in size. And next I'm going to show you how I prepare it for baking, for the second rise just prior to baking. I'm about to form the ciabatta loaf. Here's the dough, flour, and here's 4 2x4s, and you're probably wondering why they're here, but I'll show you that in a few seconds. And this is a Teflon sheet. Nothing sticks to it. Just put it on a cookie sheet, and that's how we're going to prepare the loaf. First thing we do, we take a little flour and we flour the Teflon. Doesn't take much. Maybe a little bit more. Just like that. Now here's our dough. Now I can just scrape it off like that. You can see plenty of gluten has been developed. And just put it in the center of that. I'm using my hand, mind it, any germs will be cooked off. We're going to bake this at 475. So we just collect it in a little bit, put a little flour on the top, collect it in, fold it in a little bit. It's a little sticky, but you can handle that. A little more flour. Stretch a little bit, work it around into what we would call a loaf. Center it, flip it, twist it, doesn't matter. This is all not rocket science. So we've got a loaf out in the center of the Teflon. It's fine. Now here's the trick. We take our 2x4s and we make a channel. Now notice we've got about that much distance from the end of the Teflon, and we can come in a little bit more if we want. Squeeze a little bit more, it'll rise high. And of course they're not going to be here when we bake it, but that's what it looks like. And in 2 hours we're going to pop it in the oven. We'll continue then. Here we are, it's 2 hours later. As you can see, the dough has expanded to the edge of the Teflon. The upper right is my spray bottle that I'm going to use after I put the bread into the oven. It's now preheated at 475 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to remove the 2x4s, and then I'll stop the camera and focus on the oven. And as you notice, everything that was done on the sheet has kept the countertop clean. So it's pretty clean underneath, and it's not much of a mess. So I'm going to turn off the camera, focus on the oven. Okay, here we are. The oven's at 475. Got my bread in the oven. Notice I've got another sheet below. That keeps the coils from directly heating the bread. Create a little steam. And it's 3:04. In 35 minutes, bread will be done. Okay, here we are at 37 minutes later. It's 3:41. Look how it slides around. I'm going to turn it over the camera a little bit so you can see where I'm going to pop it. And I'm just going to drop it off on my cooling rack. That nice chestnut color, and we've got a ciabatta bread. Let me point out that this particular loaf is just a little bit more hydrated than the usual loaves. Usually they're a little bit more uniform. I wouldn't have this piece here flopping out. That's a mighty good bread. Thanks for watching.